Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. Finally got everything squared away. I'm on Direwolf of V5.01 or whatever. You can tell from the speed of the quarry it is getting a lot of energy, and that is because King Lemming is awesome and he added what is called a tesseract. It's basically like a teleport pipe if you ever played Tekkit. This one's for energy. There's one for liquid, one for item. Obviously, they only work in pairs. You have to have a sender and a receiver. You can have multiple senders or receivers on the same frequency if you want. I love this thing. I will show you where the source of power is in a minute. It's obviously in the base. Forestry kind of messed up my farming plans. I've heard mixed reviews about the multi-block farm things, and I'm going to finish what we're working on. I'm not going to switch over to these yet, but I do want to play with them. So let's get to what we're going to get to. I had to make more storage. Rather than void all the cobble, I decided to keep it down here, because I'm always cooking it up for stuff. I actually upgraded yesterday. I ran a quarry overnight and my system could not keep up, and there were items all over the floor in here. There were items all over the floor next to the quarry itself, and I think I actually lost quite a bit because, damn it, Aaron DM, let me turn that off. Sorry about that. So there were items everywhere, and right when I got to them in the mining age, they despawned. So that kind of sucked. But the way I have that tesseract set up, I just put it in our network down here, and it just gets fed by this energy cell, which will never actually fill up as long as the thing is on. Nope. Doesn't really bother me, but I wanted to see the thing fill up. Looks like the magmatics got reskinned. I was wondering why they were red, and I was like, what the hell? And then I took a closer look. They got reskinned. Also, all of the thermal expansion machines, they now have a little information and a tutorial thing on them. I think the magma crucible may have gotten nerfed a little bit as far as melting netherrack and stuff, but that's not really an issue for us. Now we can take a tesseract and we don't even need the liquid transposers. So let me go ahead and show you the tesseract recipe. Monkey puzzle, I want you to pay attention. If you haven't already made an energy tesseract, this is a conductance coil, not a reception coil, so be aware of that. This is the only one that takes the coil. The other ones take pneumatic servos. They all take the tesseract frame. It's kind of like the redstone energy cell, how you have to fill it up with redstone. We have to fill this up with molten ender pearls, and it takes 4 of them per frame. So I made 8, and 32 ender pearls worked perfectly. So just so you know how many it takes. The redstone didn't seem to match up evenly like that. So I want to show you something pretty awesome after all these guys burn up, or after my world loads. Okay. You notice there's another farm up here. We're going to put some dirt in it, and we're going to watch what happens. The combine will harvest everything from this second farm, and if I put a third one, it'll harvest that one as well. So I already worked out the piping in a creative world, but I don't think I'm going to show the clip. I think I'll just show you as I do it. I did go ahead and decorate, not really decorate, but I made the room below here, and we'll go down there in just a minute. This is going to make the whole thing all the way around, just like the wheat farm below. Looks like the creeper is curious. Don't really want to talk to him right now. So I made this downstairs, just marble and this paver stone. All you do is if you cook a basalt brick, or the basalt stone, then you just put it in your crafting table and you can turn it into a paver. Just kind of gives it a nice little border. I really like it. It kind of seems like an asylum almost, but that's okay. And I think this is a graphical bug, because this happened before and I reloaded my world and it came on. So I've got the 6 peat engines down here, just kind of temporarily. We have an excess of peat. I just been manually filling these up for now. And peat bog, it's alright. I'm going to automate this, probably if we have time this episode. First I want to talk about what we're actually going to do, like long term. We have a ton of wheat and seeds. I'm going to leave the wheat on solar power for now. And I decided to go ahead and make a fermenter and a still to turn some of this stuff into biofuel so we could get the liquid firebox going and start using steam power for this. So I figure if we run all 4 farms, one commercial steam engine should run 2 farms. Should. Those are running on, what are those solar ones? 2MJ? Like an industrial, or which one is it? Industrial or commercial? I think the industrial gives 8. Commercial gives 4, and then that one gives like 2. And that one looks like thermal expansion. What the hell? I don't think that's a new one. I think it just got reskinned also. So industrial is the one I think we want. So what I think we ought to do is go ahead and make a couple of tanks. We'll make one tank for biomass, which is the stuff you get first. You get the most from saplings. You only get like 20% of a bucket, a fifth of a bucket from wheat. You get an 0.8 buckets from saplings. You have to have fertilizer to run it, and I just kind of set this stuff aside already. So we got to ferment this stuff. It does take fertilizer. It does take water as well. And then after it gets fermented or whatever into biomass, then it comes over into the still and gets turned into biofuel. And I think the last time I tried this, I needed at least 2 stills per fermenter. So I figure what we can do is, I didn't want to make another basement, but I figure what we could do is make another basement, put the tanks in the ground, and run the fermenter straight into one tank, and then we can take that stuff and then run it through the still into another tank, since we have plenty of iron. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me clear out the level below this. I don't even know what it looks like. There was a cave down there. Yeah, part of it's a cave. Whatever. But what I'll do is I'll just clear out the whole damn thing. I'll make it about 7 blocks tall, so that we can make our tanks 7 blocks tall. and we'll have plenty of room to work down there. And I figure what we can do is, let me see, we got saplings from here and wheat from here. We could put our biomass tank on this side, and then we can put our biofuel tank anywhere else, and then put our steam boiler right in the center so that we can evenly distribute that steam or power to wherever we need to distribute it to. So let me go get my filler and stuff, and a rolling machine, and a bunch of iron, and I guess I'll probably need glass and glass panes and stuff too. But I'll clear that out, and then we'll set up I'll probably go ahead and set up the tanks, and then we will set up the fermenters and stuff like that. So I will be back in just a moment. I knew I heard lava over here. So I wonder if this is a new thing. It's going from top to bottom, and when it finishes a row, it doesn't leave a lot of stuff lying around. See, like there are no blocks to pick up. So maybe you don't get the blocks anymore unless you're there while, before it gets to the end. It seems like it kind of takes them away as it goes, which is awesome. I think it'll save a lot of lag. Cool. Alright, well, I'll be back when this thing finishes. Okay guys, I think I've got everything. I've got about 10 stacks of iron, the rolling machine, some of these things that I ganked from the stronghold. Let me go ahead and grab a few more of those. Bunch of glass and some project tables. First thing I want to do is I need to get this other wheat farm thing hooked up to this. So I already kind of worked this out. Let me dump some of this off real quick so I can work here. I already kind of worked this out in a test world. We'll see if I can make it work again. So basically how I do this is, I don't know why those things bring sand out, but whatever. Okay. I put the iron pipe on the top, facing down. And basically it's so that when the seeds try to go up, if they don't go in, they just bounce back down. And I've only done this with, I usually do it with a diamond pipe right there, but I'm going to try it like this just because I could probably put an iron pipe right there, and I don't know, there are many ways to do it. But basically how I do this one is I tell it all the wheat, see, that is the combine, right? All the wheat goes to black, and then seeds go both ways. And I want it to go like 1 and 1, and then this one, seeds are blue, of course, and then everything else goes downward. So when seeds come out of here, they should go up. We'll see what happens. This thing is going to take a while to get full, so I'm not really worried about that. I should just put a diamond pipe right there, but it looks like they're going in, so that's not that big of a deal, since they can't go up. So I'm going to let that run for a while. And now we're going to go downstairs and see how far we can get with a tank with these materials. So our stuff is going to come down. This is, there's one hole where the wheat farm is. There's another one, so I figure we can just put the tank like right here. Actually, probably like pretty close to the wall right here. We'll leave a couple of spaces. I figure we'll make a 7 by 7. That'll be 7 by 7. And we'll just make it probably up to the ceiling, and probably only a few inputs and outputs. So let's pop that guy down, and we're going to need our project table as well. I kind of wish that had a little holding thing so I could just, you know, and I guess that one only works so fast, so it doesn't really, it doesn't look like it uses more than it actually needs. So okay, so the fuzzy math on this is about 120 just for the frame of this thing. You figure 7 by 7 on the bottom is 49 on the top as well. So that's about 100, and then you've got your side pieces, which is 5 in between times 4 of those. So we'll see. It doesn't really matter if I make extra because we're going to have to make another tank anyway for the biofuel. Oops. So not really that big of a deal. Look at that. Fuzzy math for the win. Alright, so now I just have to make the valves and stuff, and I probably need a bunch more of these. How the hell do I make that gauge? Right, panes. And this ought to be about 100. These are, what, 5 by 5 in the middle, plus a few sections for the, what am I thinking? The valves. Okay, here's our tank. 5,400 buckets. And that was, well, there's still stuff cooking in here. What's this? This is probably another couple stacks, but so it was about 6 or 7 stacks of iron for that. If I had steel, we could go ahead and make the boiler, but I don't have that, so that's no big deal. So let's go upstairs. I should have brought something to put this in, or liquiducts. Oh, I have a ton of liquiducts. That's no problem. So I'm going to pop a temporary hole right here. Just kind of drain this thing. Left all my damn levers downstairs. How does that happen? Alright, so we'll drain this thing, and then I can move it downstairs. And then we can just feed all the excess saplings and all of the wheat. We don't need wheat for anything else, so literally every single piece of wheat is going to go into this thing. Hard to tell how long I've been going because I'm going to cut out a lot of the stuff with when I was crafting all the tank wall and stuff. So how about this? I think I have a couple minutes. I want to make a few biogas engines to power these, to power the still and everything. I really like the biogas engines. If you have biomass, they run on biomass, not biofuel. What is it? It's bronze gears. I think all my bronze downstairs. So I'm going to make at least a few of these. As I said an episode or two ago, you have to have lava to get these things started because they have to warm up or something. So I have some aluminum cans full of lava. I don't know if those will work, but we're going to try them. And I have some... thought I had some conductive pipe around here somewhere. I'll just use regular conductive pipe for this. Yeah, that ought to do it. So I guess for now, I'll put this thing right here. And then we'll liquid duct everything right there. And let's see, we'll put the power underneath it. And this thing needs, I forgot this damn thing needs water. So I'm going to have to hook up an aqueous accumulator. I'm not going to do that right now. If I have another thing, I can make an endless pool for now and just get the thing filled up. And then use the accumulator shortly. Let's get rid of some of that stuff. So this way I can go ahead and fill it up, and then I don't have to worry about that other stuff right now. I just want to get it going so you guys can see this thing. And let's see. I'm going to save some space here. I don't think that'll hurt anything, even though it's visually connected. I don't think it actually does anything. So I'll start that off with a bucket. Let's start that off with a bucket. And let's try these lava things. May or may not work. Oh, sweet, they do. Okay. So you only need a little bit of lava to get the thing going. And what I'll probably actually do is run a liquid duct right there. So these guys are full of biomass all the time. But anyway, let's just get them going for now. And you see the thing, it takes them a second to heat up. and then they start going, and it uses just a little bit of lava. And I better give this thing something to do, because otherwise this stuff is going to blow up. I might as well turn them off for now. I don't want to take the chance of that pipe blowing up while I'm just like running back and forth with things. So we'll just get a little bit of stuff. Fertilizer goes here. Whatever you're fermenting goes here. It's automatically going to get pumped out since that thing is on. And now I have to turn the engines back on. I don't think they really have a cooldown period. If they're actually still warm, when you flip them back on, they won't miss a beat. So I think that's off right now. It should be. I'm running out of water though. So you get the gist. That's how those engines work. That's how the fermenter works. Still is similar. You give it biomass, but you don't have to give it water. And I didn't actually want to do that. We already have about 7.5, 8 buckets of biomass. So I'm going to pipe everything down into this thing automatically, give it an aqueous accumulator for water, and then I'll just let it go. So we'll fill this up. In the next episode, we'll actually start refining this stuff into biofuel, and that's going to take a while. We're going to have a lot of it before we start running the steam thing, because it's very inefficient in the beginning, and it gets more efficient as it heats up. So it's going to take a lot of fuel in the beginning. So I want to have a full tank of biofuel and a full tank of biomass, so that as the biofuel is getting sucked into the steam boiler, we can make more. So that's going to do it for this episode. Questions, comments, suggestions, as usual, put them down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.